Busy man.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
You got back-to-back appointments today?
Yeah, got back-to-back appointments this afternoon. Yeah.
Keeping busy keeps you out of trouble.
Yeah, sure does. Sure does.
So, what the show's about is just sharing. I look for people who've got great life skills and something worth sharing. And I think you've got that. You've got a great story.
Thank you.
So, we'll start with what is it that you do?
I currently work in the corporate Vodafone team for Northland. So I look after business customers from Warkworth North, and my role is pretty much customers that are business customers that are north with Vodafone. It's my role to get out there and try and let them know the Vodafone story to come on to Vodafone.
So you're a hunter.
I'm a hunter.
You're a hunter.
To put it in simple terms, that's exactly it. So I'm the hunter. I'm the hunter for Vodafone up north.
Up north. So how did you get to be the hunter for Vodafone up north? There's got to be a story.
There is a story. Funny enough, I actually studied. I did my degree and I went into computer programming, but didn't see me sitting behind the desk the whole day, and that was what my whole, at that time, and I had my friends getting out and about and stuff like that.
So you liked the technology enough that you were good at it,
yeah,
but you didn't want to be talking to computers all day.
Correct.
Right.
So I'd rather have that human contact, the face-to-face contact. I'm at my element when I'm in front of a customer.
Well, a computer guy who can speak peopleese. That's cool. So you're a special guy.
I am a special guy. So I've taken away all that whole jargon and stuff like that. So the funny thing is, even back at work, if you put me in front of a system or a thing, it slows me down. You find me getting edgy. So you put me out and say how this customer needs to be seen.
That's it.
And that's it. That spins the wheels for me. Yeah.
Wow. Hey, that makes a lot of sense. So you were going to say you did your degree in IT.
Yes, did my degree in IT, and then went into at that time we were called marketing executives.
Oh.
So I started selling computer consumables like printers, peripherals, for inkjet things, and all that. The add-ons for office in those days, and paper and all the other stuff, floppy disks and all that.
Floppy
disks. Okay, yeah. And then slowly graduated into selling actual computer mainframes and stuff like that. And did a whole total shift and went into advertising. Okay, so left the whole computer field altogether.
That's like Formula One Grand Prix racing to childcare,
something like that. Yeah. So just totally decided after a while. I did that for about 3 or 4 years, and then all of a sudden found advertising was an industry that was taking off. Print, media, online, web design, and that kind of stuff. So we were selling online advertising, and again, face-to-face, cold calling, getting out there, and getting into it.
So did your IT knowledge come in handy when you were selling the advertising, or is it completely...
It's funny how what you actually study comes back to play in some part of your life, and the answer to that is yes.
So you're saying, is it important to be fussy about what you study, or are you just saying, look, study something that interests you, it'll pay off later?
I take a path, go down it. It doesn't matter. You can't be too choosy, too picky. It will come in. You will find a way of linking them all up at the end. Yeah. So that would be my advice. Just get into it. Take a line and go down the path.
Choose something. Just choose.
Okay.
So you did the study. You did the sales of the advertising. It all sort of fitted in. But then where did you go after the advertising? Advertising
I did for a good 13 years. Actually, a little bit longer than 13 years, but maybe about 15, 16 years. And then decided that, advertising was changing. Print media was declining. Web design wasn't, was getting a lot more slimmer and thinner. And everything was revolved back again to IT and technology, and lo and behold, I came back into this. So it's done a whole 360 and come back into it right now.
So what have you done in your career at Vodafone? Quite a bit.
Vodafone, I've actually learned quite a bit. Just from the bare bones of and with Vodafone, the technology changing every day, every month, every year. I've actually learned to be, sharper, meaner, out there to compete in the market. It's a very competitive industry, unlike in the advertising field that I was, which was more.
What, less competitive than advertising?
It was at that time
Whoa!
less competitive in advertising. But the answer to what you're seeking is we have a global certification. I've got to pass a test every couple of years and have to sit and write a test. So they keep us sharp on the field. They train us. So when I come on out, I'm all geared up to pull the trigger and give the best solution to the business customer.
So when you say you've got your Vodafone ninjas downstairs, they really are trained ninjas?
They are trained ninjas on how to set up stuff. So I go on out there and discuss a plan, a solution, and they basically implement that plan and solution. If it's mobile, the Vodafone Ninja does it, or the Chorus or North Power Boys, they come and install that stuff. So they are trained on the technical aspect. I'm trained on understanding and presenting a solution.
So, and I've seen the way you promote those solutions in our referral group. You come up with these hey, when you're doing this and this happens, it's a problem. All you got to do is this. So
yes.
Come on, give us some tips, give us some tricks, some numbers to dial when things go wrong. What do you?
I would say if something's going wrong, the first thing is always go. If it's Apple, there's an Apple helpline. You can always go back to 0800 700 787 or 0800 Samsung if you're using a Samsung phone. The Vodafone Ninjas are always there to come on in to 888 from your mobile phone.
888 from the mobile with a Vodafone.
Talk to the Vodafone help desk, which is based in New Zealand. And they'll help you out, point you in the right direction. Otherwise, you can come into our Vodafone stores, and the retail staff will basically help out there as well.
So it's quite a complicated world, the whole mobile world, and your job and your team's job is to make it simple so that people can actually use it.
Yeah, that's true. So mobile is everything. People are, the mobile phone is no longer just a phone. It is a lot more than just, it's backing up stuff. It's taking pictures. It's got thumb impressions. It's doing far more than what it used to do, like phone and text. Now, apart from mobile, I also do fixed lines. I do fiber. I do cloud-based stuff, PABX, phone systems. So my suite of product, or my product range of solutions that I can offer is a lot more than here's a plan and here's a mobile phone to match it.
So you've got to be highly trained because you've got a whole plethora of solutions.
Yeah.
But you've got to know which one to employ. So you've got to listen for the problem.
Correct.
And you want to get it right.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely spot on. So when I go on out there, I've got like 400 different options in my kit, and I've got to listen and understand not only what the present issue is, but also try and foresee 12 to 18 months down the track of whatever I'm going to implement or provide as a solution is actually, because nobody wants to do something today. Exactly, it is future proof. It is.
They don't want to do something today and then they're going to have to start all over
again after 2 months, so they want that, scalability to move it up, to move it down.
And you take it really seriously. A couple of the hints that you've given us, so you're driving your car and that text goes off and you don't want to be, what can you do to stop that happening?
So if you're driving along and you don't want to take a text messages, Vodafone's got Drive Safe, where you text drive on 72760 or drive off, and the person texting you gets a message saying, "Hey, I'm actually busy driving." So that we take our driving for people on the road seriously as well. So it's not worth. Yeah, so answering that text message, it can wait.
Yeah,
it can wait. So.
And the other thing that you had is you were talking to the group the other day. You got something where people can send a marketing message out to 250.
Correct.
phones.
Correct. So that's a text message where we got multi-text, and by virtue of you being a Vodafone customer, business customer, you're entitled to send 250 text messages via your broadband plan, whereby you can use it as a reminder for appointments, to promote something, so it's 250 text messages to go out there into the market, and it's free as part of your plan.
So if it's safe driving, if it's marketing, if it's probably a million other things, there's a solution.
There is certainly
You just got to talk to someone, find out, hear what their problem is, and bang, give them the answer. So if someone out there is wondering how the cell phone and the technology can actually improve their business results and their business life, how would they get hold of you directly?
They can get a hold of me by calling 021 at North, which is a word number. 021 ATNORTH at North, or you can contact Vodafone, the Okara Park or Cameron store to ask for me, and I'll make my way out there to talk to the business. So businesses, schools, hospitals, government organizations in the North, I will look after and come out and talk to you about your solution.
Anywhere in the North?
Anywhere in the North. So I'm talking.
And you don't hesitate?
Yeah.
Anywhere?
Anywhere in the North, I will have a chat with you. Yeah.
So, okay, so where do you see this sort of technology game taking you? I mean,
it's never going to end. And I think that's what keeps me wanting to get out of bed every morning, because it's going to change.
It's still game on.
It's game on, and it's you keeping up with it. Where I see myself, going with this is probably I like being in charge of a region and stuff like that. So, and for me to fly the Vodafone corporate flag up north, I find a lot of pride in doing that, and I'll still continue to do that. So I see myself, in the long run, if you have to push me down a path and say, I have done a little bit of management in the past, I did that for a good 12 years and stuff like that.
A little bit, 12 years.
Yeah. So I'm probably may go back down that track of actually, looking after a product. I'm very passionate about a product. So the Internet of Things, that's the new terminology called IoT, Internet of Things. Everything's going to have a SIM card and be connected to it. Maybe, having a product that's exclusive, under my belt would probably be the way to look at it.
You love that?
Yeah, love that.
So if someone was sort of like thinking of getting into technology as a career, maybe even thinking of applying to Vodafone, what could you tell them that would encourage them and help them?
I would say for starters is do some form of diploma or something, to get yourself up to speed with what's happening in the market. Read up on the business, the technology parts of the website on stuff, or on the NZ Herald. They give you a wealth of information. The news is always, the 6 o'clock news is always portraying something on a daily basis of some new form of technology. Try and read up on that. So it's basically just keeping abreast of what's happening in the market. And if they're certainly looking at an entry level, as I'm saying, hey, come on in, join up with the retail team. The Vodafone training is absolutely brilliant. Get into the training and be part of the team. Learn the basic soft skills of being part of a team, and you'll obviously be put on the right track of how to be a Vodafone business person or a retail specialist. So there's enough and more parts, and we at Vodafone are looking quite exclusively to get a lot more women into technology. So there is if you go onto the Vodafone website, and you can actually read up on the Vodafone Foundation and what we're currently doing. And getting women into technology so it's not only a field, everyone thinks it's only for a male-dominated role. No, so we're quite happy to have the women think differently and be part of the team.
Whole new skill set.
Give
everyone to choose more.
Exactly.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to add? You'd like people to know about Vodafone or about yourself before we close up?
No, that's pretty much it. I think I've said enough and more of me. But love working for Vodafone. So if you're keen to get involved, come have a chat with the team. The retail team is open, 7 days a week.
So you're serious? Someone who's looking, I don't know, I was just about to close up, but I was really interested in that. Someone who's looking to get into technology, maybe even with Vodafone, they can come into the store and say, I want to get started, I want a career, I want to do this stuff. What do you suggest?
Yeah.
And your guys will talk to them?
We'll talk to them. There's people who have just joined. Come into the store, have a play around with the live demo units. We've got tablets and iPhones and Samsung Live demo units. Talk to those boys and girls over there. They'll talk to you, and while you're talking to those retail people, ask them how do they join, and they will tell you it's no secret. So we're certainly looking at for people. So come on in.
Cool. Hey, well, look, you've made my day. Thank you for that.
Nothing at all.
It was great to catch up with you again, Howard.
Likewise.
And I look forward to seeing you for coffee on Tuesday.
Will do.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Oh, wow. So